Well, everyone, hello, and welcome to Napoleonic Wars. This is part of the Napoleonic League Cup, and we can see it is the Spartans versus the 17th IR. So, here are the Spartans, no doubt. There we go, Strategos, Obi at the front there, and Getafix, and Arkantos, and Arcturus. Now, who's at the back here? There we go, Polymachos, Rommel. Now, they're opposing forces who are playing the Russians. See if we can find them. Here they are. Look at these guys, don't they look... And looks like they were basically doing a holding pattern until the enemy got into position. So, that's pretty much what we're going to go with. And now, let's see. Look at that. The leader. Trying to think how to pronounce that. Milorad Dodovic? Yeah, Radovic. Milorad. We'll call him Mil. It's just goddamn easier. Now, who is the person at the end today, we wonder? No, it's going to be this gentleman, Untervalissa. So, he's going to be covering the back, or she shall be covering the back there. As look at this fantastically large line coming past as, oh dear, one down. So, you can see there, 21 versus 22. And here we go, it's about to kick off. And you can see the Spartans now forming that line, and immediately they've turned around, and the Russians have immediately turned about face. Look at this double about facing by both these sides, and now they're going to try and form up a line. Obelix trying to get them into the right position, but it looks like the Russians may have the advantage. And they're moving back to get out of the way if they can. And now the Spartans and their opposing numbers. On the 17th, they charge into melee. This is going to be nasty as Peltas Simon goes down. Alex 123 also murdered by Rommel. And this is going to be a difficult situation. This is going to be nasty melee. Now you can see that the numbers are starting to blob up here over on the right-hand side. Santana goes down. Erebos also from the Spartans gets killed. And they're trying to see if they can get their numbers sort of in the same place as they can. Give advantage in numbers. Let's see. Down goes Peltas Ludwig. And Bogdanowski, oh my goodness. And they've got to watch the fire in charge. The Untov Tony, oh dear. Tony no more, murdered horribly. And here is Hoplite Hermes. And he is getting involved as the... Oh, down goes Exterminatus and Incipient as well, the 17th IR. Not looking good for the 17th right now in this melee battle. Pitched battle. And who is the last man standing? Oh god, this doesn't look good for this man. There's Lighter Lel, let's see what's going on, or Ilita L, and down he goes. Wow. With 11 members of the Spartans remaining after that. And that was a very, very brutal round. Unfortunately for the 17th IR, they didn't have much opportunity to trim the numbers of the Spartan regiment. And we shall move on to the next round. So, after a convincing melee battle there by the members of the Spartan regiment, as you would expect with that name, we now move on to round number 2, and we follow in behind Strategos Obi, and obviously we need to give our thanks to Ref Harris. And, oh, I heard a bullet hit. So that's a good shot coming in. Oh, look at that fire coming in. Where is the fire? There it is. And it looks like they've lost already Hyptis, Kauder, and Peltas Ludwig. Battle cries being given, so some lovely shooting there by the 17th IR. Look at that, Incipient and Skelet 666 taking down multiple members. And this is going to be a problem for the Spartans. They've got to try and get themselves into a position. But immediately, as soon as they get anywhere close, the Russians are going to move and break that advantage for them. So we'll have to see as Mill here is leading the boys forward. Look at that, don't they look fine? Bayonets and guns. And braid glinting in the sunlight. It is a lovely day. And here you can see now the Spartans have managed to find a line position. Are they going to try and force it? No, they're going to have to start moving immediately to their right to try and offset the Russian as the Russians about face. And there we go, another about face by the Spartans to try and offset that attempt. So now you can see here the line forming here, and this might be the opportunity that the Spartans are looking for to trim the numbers of the 17th IR. They managed to trim it only by 1 there. Poor old Madeline chick, I should say. 6 has just gone down. Oh, down goes Descent. Oh, nasty goings on, as you can see. Lots of fire going on here between the 2 regiments. Look at this. This is up close and brutal as poor old Hoplite Arcturus gets taken down. Argolis gets taken down, the Peltas, and now the melee is going to occur. Now this is where, from the last round, if you remember, the Spartans definitely had the advantage with the melee. Now let's have a look, just get an idea of the sort of spread with pings. I mean, I think it's fair to say that look at some of those pings on the Russian side for the 17th IR. They do have a few high pingers in there, might be a bit of a disadvantage, but look at this, they're acquitting themselves extremely well, and this is a serious problem here. Oh, down goes Strategos Obelix, he is no more, and look at this. This is a serious turnabout here for the Spartans. The Russians have really turned it around, the 17th IR doing a fantastic job, and now it looks bad here. Very bad for Hippotist, Sorio. Oh, fine response to that, and another look at that. Oh, bayonets glistening in the sun, and beautiful parries. Now, this guy is about to have an interesting day. Hoplite Kazaza. Now, what can he do? Goes in, but gets 1 kill, immediately turns blocks. Oh, but gets stabbed in the bottom by Lucky Strike Recruiter, the 17th IR. And we move on to the next round. And we return for the next round, and here you can see the Russians, the 17th IR moving forward. War cries, battle cries, all that kind of funky good stuff coming out from these boys and girls. There's Unter Velissa at the rear there, you can see. Doesn't she look lovely and buxom today? Let's have a look at some of these guys. There's Quer, there's Unter Wonka, and Radapolk, and Connor Pzig. Oh, Twinkle Bear, fine name, sir. And there is Arion. And it looks like, there we go, Skelet 666. Oh, looks like the Spartans got the drop on them. And oh dear, officer aiming is going to occur there. That's not going to go down well. That's going to get Baccarat killed. Slain for officer aiming. And it looks like they've tried to respond as best they can, and they have done a good response, but they may have the advantage in numbers. Let's have a look. Oh, looks like the Spartans only have an advantage in 18 right now to 16. So there's only a 2-man advantage right now, and I need to stop saying right now. Anyway, right now. So let's go and see what's going on over here. Who's this fine fellow? Is Promachos Aggressian trying to defend himself. That fine stab into recipient. And over here is another gentleman. Ontof Wonka. Got to turn and stab if he can. He's got to watch out. Look at that. He's taking on 2, trying to block, and forces the team kill onto Hoplite Bobby. Poor old Bobby is no more, as Major Beowulf is taken down. Oh God, that was a bit painful. Oh God, poor old Radapolk decided to have a little bit of a seizure right at the end. And is this Obelix still alive? How is this possible? Look at this man trying to survive the onslaught of the Spartans, with Arcturus with the final kill. And we move on to the next round. It's all about who gets the drop on the enemy. Trim down those numbers, it can make a huge difference. For the next round, let us follow the fine Obelix. Look at that. An excellent battle nozzle and moustachius. We approve heartily, as the rest of the Spartans move up. Following in and behind, there is Rommel, the tail end Charlie. These guys you can see dodging slightly, weaving around to try and stop. Oh, they've done it again! And the Spartans have got the drop onto the 17th IR. And Mill here trying to bring, Milo we'll call him, Milo trying to bring in the guys from the 17th IR to get up close and personal. And there we go, the about face command is given for the 17th IR as the 2-dimensional bird watches the battle unfold. As now you can see they've got a couple of kills on the Russian side. And there we go, they've charged in for the melee. Oh, that was a fire in the charge. Whoops-a-daisy. That could be unfortunate there. And now this is where the Spartans... So far, we're about to say, yeah, there we go. There's the sleigh for the Fick. And that's fire in charge, in case you're wondering. It's not any kind of bastardization of Father Ted. Fick, drink, and women. Yes, that's what it's all about. Oh, look at that. Blocking going on here. Now, the question is whether or not, let's see who has advantage, 17 and 23, 20 alive. So, at the moment, the Russians are on the downside for numbers, but they acquitted themselves very well in that previous battle against the Spartans and got the advantage. And look at this, in come the Spartan reinforcements from the little melee over there, and this could be a very bad situation for the 17th IR as Connor Pizzig gets taken down, also Prop Shieldman, or Shieldman I should say. And now, over here, the last remaining member of the Russians. Down he goes. A little low. And we move on to the next one. Oh dear. Peltast Arglos has just stabbed himself in the testicles and left the server. So here is the fine members of the Spartans, and you can see them spreading the line out just a little bit, just to try and avoid any bullets coming over from their opposing number. Let's go and have a look at said opposing number. It is, of course, the fine fellows, brave souls of the 17th. Or 17th, I keep calling them 17th IR, and it's the 17th JR. I'm really sorry, guys. I do apologise. The 17th JR, and now you can see them. Here's Hackhead, great name. There's, of course, Major Beowulf. So there you go, the 17th JR doing their work. Now they're going to try and move their line over to the right-hand side where you can see. There we go, and there's the about turn, and the Russians, yes, they're going to do it. Look at that. A reaction to the about turn a few seconds later, and there's the line set up being done by the JR. Do they have the drop on the Spartans? It looks like they may have. We'll have to see as the fire comes in. The Russians start falling, and the Spartans also start dropping fast. Look at this. Now, I think it's fair to say, based on the number of casualties there, I think it's fair to say that the Spartans had the slight advantage with the number of casualties they committed, or they caused. So, let's see what happens as these guys trying to move back. There's Ilatalel trying to move back from the 17th JR. There's Descent, or Descent. Oh dear, not anymore, he's not. And Hypno is no more, killed by the Spartan. And look at that, into Etheros, a nice forced team kill as well, as Bobby goes down. Grestian also. And these guys doing a good job of trying to defend themselves. Look at that, the Russians pulling back and starting to give a little bit of a problem here. Here's Ilatalel literally working together with his teammate Relux. Look at these guys moving back to try and regroup. There we go. Look at that, a fine regroup. Oh, this is a complete turnabout. Oh, the Spartans are really on the back foot now. This is going to be a serious problem for them. Oh, look at that. Hoplite Pellet going in for a quick kill. Gets murdered. And now, this is going to be an interesting battle here as Sorio is trying to defend himself, but is brutally stabbed. And a score of 3-2 for the Spartans. This is a game, ladies and gentlemen. Side swap. And after a side change, we return, and in as the Black Watch will be the 17th JR. See, I got it right that time. And the Spartans in as the Russians. Look at these guys. Now, Officer Alyssa, followed up by Descent. A Lucky Strike. All in as the Black Watch, don't they look fantastic? Oh, an about face there, a little bit of a return to the back. And there is the previous commanding officer. Now, look at this, they're moving forward. Oh dear, slain. Horribly slain. So, there we go. And look at that, it looks like... Oh, they nearly got that line ready. And here we go, the 17th JR may have the drop onto the Spartans, but the Spartans have changed their direction. almost immediately to react. And no, they've decided to try and fake them out. That's exactly what they did. They faked out the 17th JR. And now this could be a really serious problem for the 17th JR as the fire comes down from the Spartans. You can see numbers of the Black Watch have been lost. How are the casualties looking over here for the Russians? I think it's fair to say that the Spartans definitely have the advantage right now. The 17th JR are starting to suffer from massive attrition. Look at that, the sheer number of people being taken down as the bullets coming in after 1 or 2 shots and reloads, and whoops-a-daisy, got to be careful about that firing charge, as now the Black Watch charge into battle. And here we shall observe, of course, the Strategos Obi going in for some kills. Let's just watch. There we go, another kill by Pelek, and one of the few remaining Scotsmen over here. Oh, look at that, Obi going in with a quick sword slice. He's blocking out, and another kill there by Obi. So killing the one of the final Russians. And look at this. Oh, the 3 Russians. No, more Russians. Looks like they've lost Obi, but look at that. and a quick teabag by the member from Spartans. Anyway, next round. So that was a very quick round, and very nasty for the members of the 17th JR. Now, I believe that will be 4-2 in favour of the Spartans, possibly different. We'll have to wait and see what the referee has to say. Now, let's see what's going on, because we want to stay with the 17th JR and see all these fine fellows and ladies making their way up. And there's there's Milo at the back, and there we go. Looks like you can see them just breaking over the brow of the hill. They see their quarry, who immediately about face and try and get their forces back here, and they force the line. Look at this. Are they going to do it? No, they've got to stop the line, and now they've got to about face as well. This is why it's like a chess match, the back and the forth. And there we go, the Spartans move closer to try and go in there for a little bit of a nasty, nasty, murderous hunt with the firepower. And there we go. What's going to happen? No, the Scots have still not formed the line. There's the about face as they're trying to get that. And there we go, the line gets formed by the Spartans. And here is where it goes, a kick-off, as now you can see an about face there very quickly by the members as Hypno goes down. And you can see here, there we go, the about face again by the Russians, as you can see the Scots getting ever closer. Now this could be a situation, as you can see the Russians now starting to form the line, the Scots can get in position quick enough, and they get the opportunity, and they get the drop. Turus gets taken down, and down goes Obi. Just managed to murder Beowulf somehow with a bayonet. Not sure how that happened. Yeah, whatever. But now look, here is the line coming in, and this is going to be problems for the 17th JR. Oh, look at that. Brutal killings there onto the 17th JR. And this is going to be a problem, because now they're going to have a numerical disadvantage against the now charging Russian army. And now you can see them getting involved with the stabby goodness. It's all happening in the centre there as we're watching Ilatalel trying to block as many attacks coming in his direction. Let's see, as we move over the battlefield, there's a good bunch of Russians over here. There's also an Untov. Look at that. They're going in for some stabby goodness. And down go, oh, look at that. The Spartans may be on the back foot now. 8 versus 12. That's exactly what's happened. And the Spartans have just been cut down. Their numbers have just been whittled away, and down goes Obi. Obi is no more, and again, Spartans. Look at this. This is a complete turnaround of fortunes. Oh, look at that. Oh, heavens, as finally Raspberry Boy gets taken down, followed by the inevitable Scottish punch-up at the end. And that was a very, very good turnaround for the members of the 17th JR. Should make the scores very interesting indeed. So, a good response there from the 17th JR. Fine melee skills, pared down the numbers of the Spartans. Now the question is whether or not they can actually make use of that advantage. Now, here are the Spartans. This is where the chess part of it begins, where you can see the two teams vying for the best possible position for the inevitable line formation. Look at this. There you go, you can see the line formation being done by the Spartans. Up against, look at that, that's a great line there. Are they going to go for the firing? It looks like they're hidden just over the other side of the hills. This is going to be interesting. This is a standoff. This is literally a classic standoff, because the first team that moves into position is going to lose the advantage. Very tricky situation. Do you move? Do you take the chance? And that's exactly what the 17th JR have done. They've started to move round the side of their enemy, and their enemy immediately has to react by moving as well. Moving into maybe a less advantaged position. We just have to wait and see. Now, well, there we go. There's the about face. They've lured them over to the right-hand side, and this is going to be possibly an opportunity here for the members of the 17th IR to form that line. Can they get the line in place quick enough? Look at this. They're going for that line formation. And there we go. There's the line formation into the members of the Spartans. But the Spartans immediately turn around and form a line on their right-hand side, or left-hand side, I should say. And now you can see a few fires going in as Bobby and Pelek and Baccarat and Ethocles get taken down. And now this is going to be a problem here, I think, for the Spartans. Oh, look at that. Could be a problem as the Spartans managed to trim off the numbers of the 17th IR. Let's look at the numbers, 16 and 18. So the Russians have an advantage by 2, but it may not be enough. Based on the performance now, it's questionable as to how they're going to do it on this occasion, because obviously people bunch together, and if you start to lose a lot of people over on one side, then it means that those can come over as reinforcements and help out the other side. So you can see here, some of the Spartans seem to be having seizures, but you've always got to be careful when going up against rabid Scotsmen. And there's K-Lever, or Clever. K-Lever, what the hell. And Lucky Strike. And there's a bit of a standoff here. Nobody wants to get involved for the inevitable melee. Although over on the right-hand side it is getting personal. The stabbing is getting serious as down goes Rommel, down goes Khazar, with Hackhead and Twinkle Bear with fine kills. 16 and 14. So still the Spartans have the advantage by 2. But it may not be enough. Very, very close battle this. Really, really close. With fine melee skills being displayed by all the members of the teams. Look at that. Oh, fine double stab. Look at that. As now a nice team kill as well into Grecian there from Alator. And now let's have a look. Down goes Twinkle Bear. 11 versus 14. The Russians, the Spartans are getting the advantage now of the 17th JR. And down goes another one, and another Russian, and another Brit as well. Down goes another one. Poor old Volland gets taken out. And this is where you can see now they can use their advantage in numbers. All they've got to do is kill one more over on this side here. And then they can actually start to enclose around the remaining members of the Scottish Black Watch. As down goes Peltas Simon, down goes Wonka Hypno as well, and Clever and Relux. Let's see, 9 versus 2. The United Kingdom has a problem. As we follow Alex 123, look at that. Trying to defend himself against 3 men. And finally murdered by Strategos Oboli. Who knew it? How the hell did he survive that entire round and get the final kill? I have no idea. Must be Officer Hacks. Gotta be. So, to even up the numbers, it looks like, there we go, Radopolk has dropped from the 17th JR. And Alyssa is leading the boys into battle. With one guy slightly out of position. Radononchik. I think that's how you spell it. Or pronounce it. God only knows. You know what I'm like with names. butchering of names on a regular basis. Anyway, let's find out and see what's going on. As here appears Grecian, slightly out of position, but let's watch the initial chess battle. The battle of the reverses. Here we go. You can see them immediately start to reposition themselves. And there we go, there's the line forming. Are they going to go for it? But no, immediately the Spartans move and force them to reposition their line. And there we go, this is going to be the line forming here for the Spartans. Oh, and it looks like, no, they're going to have to... Oh, look at that, that was a complete turnaround for the Spartans, and now they're breaking and fleeing to try and get away from those bullets. And this is where it's going to get very nasty, and a lot of the Spartans were lost in that conflagration. But now they formed a line-up on their right-hand side of the British army, and now they're trying to get as many kills as they can. But now the Black Watch are charging in for the kill, as Desant gets slayed for firing in charge. And no, officer aim, I tell a lie. So, poor old officer, no more. That'll be, of course, the late Mr. Obi. As you can see, face down in the dirt again. Now, let's see. And here you can see more melee occurring. As Hermes' lucky strike goes down. Let's have a look. 6 and 10. So the Russians again with the advantage. More melee coming in from the Spartans. With the 17th JR suffering from the bayonets and cold steel of the Spartans. Look at this. Look at the sun glinting on the backpacks and the melee weapons. And the braids, and they're beautiful. Oh, a quick turn and a stab until finally Quer is taken out. Well, there you have it. 6-3 for the Spartans right now against their fine opponents, the 17th JR. Now, let's see what's going on. Who's this boy at the back? Ghost Doge. Peltast Ghost Doge. Look at that fine beard on that gentleman, a man of experience. And so we shall follow and watch as the guys... Oh, look at this. Oh, I thought they were going to do it there for a second there. 17th JR looked like they were going to be in a position to form a line. But no, immediately an about face by the Spartans. The Spartans, them too. As Lucky Strike gets taken down, this could be... Oh, looks like they're immediately going to try and fire. But no, some of them have had to move. Hoplite Khazar has been taken down. And look, now they close in. And this is where the lines are going to start forming up against each other. This is where it's going to get brutal. Kalaldor being taken down. Look at that. Dango, 17th IR, Dango, Sorio, and Arian, and Quer as well. And now they're going to have to go for the reload. But no, they're not stopping for the reload. The Scots, of course, are charging in. Let's have a look. 19 and 18. So it's all to play for here. And it's going to be interesting to see how these teams... And there, the first kill there for JR. Or, sorry, I should say for the Spartans. There's Ethicles. And look at that, Relux being taken down, the 17th IR and losing the battle. Oh, a nice kill. There we go. That's looking better. As there we go. Gessian with a nice kill into Rommel as well. A team kill. Lovely stuff indeed. And another team kill. Oh, dear. That wasn't so good. That's another chick into poor old Desant. And let's see, 11 and 8, so the United Kingdom is not going well for the 17th JR. They're going to have a problem. This is the last round, remember. This is their chance to maybe try and turn it around, but no, stabbed in the back by the Spartans. Brutal melee skills here coming in from the Spartans. And look at this, numbers over on the right, one of the few members of the Scottish Army. Look at this, as down goes Incipient. And the GGs are passed out between both the teams, 7-3 in favour of the Spartans. And I thank you very much for watching this episode of the Napoleonic League Cup. I hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you again for more Napoleonic Wars later. Cheerio, byes.